Hey everyone, so I have another box to unopen, more things I ordered from eBay. They are some more Sailor Moon dolls. These are going to be some of the 95 or first round dolls, and I wanted to compare them with, well, because they're both Serena, so I wanted to compare them with the 2000 or Pretty Face dolls. So let's open this up and see what is in here. Okay. There. No. There we go. This is a lot bigger than I expected. Okay, so these were dolls that I never had as a child, sadly. But I actually don't remember them. Like, I think I might remember them slightly, but all I remember is I had the blue box dolls, and I didn't have these versions. So, first off, we've got this Princess Serena doll. The way this works is you've got the doll, and see, it's a little dirty. Yeah, it shows it right here, where you set it up with the arch. There might be something that pops out. Oh yeah, so there's these little things help hold this up, because you can see this little line here. That's where it's supposed to like come apart, and so then this would be the backdrop with the Moon Kingdom, which looks like, wow, that's like really pixelated. This image on the background, if you can see that, you can really tell right around here that it's either just pixelated or really not the greatest quality of printing. Which doesn't surprise me with early 90s. There's a little divot right here. I don't know if I'll ever be able to pop that out, because I'm not going to take these ones out. Because it's hard to find these ones. And there were two versions of the Princess Serena. And one version came in the dark blue box from the 90s. She had a slightly different dress on. This one, she has these little sequins going across the top. Whereas the other one, I think it was a trim. I forget what it is. I have it at a different location, so I can't compare it at this time. But this one comes with the locket, which is kind of a big deal in my book. But anyway, this is what the Odangos used to look like. They were just red little things, and usually, especially on these older ones, the little hair ties dry out. And so oftentimes with the ones from the 90s, when you get them, that little part kind of crumbles or comes out. So you gotta really be careful with those when you do buy them. Unless, of course, you're buying one that's being rewrapped, which isn't uncommon in the loose, when they're loose and they've already been taken out of the box. But this is, wow. Oh, so happy. But then this, she also has like a little pink trim going along the bottom. Let's see. Anything else interesting on this? Yeah, so it tells you how to put it together. Apparently there is some sort of fold out part that might be the floor. Not really sure though, because here it doesn't look quite the same, unless it just goes under it and it doesn't fold in the way that this is showing, which would be weird. Also in the picture, you can see how they were not paying attention to things back then, and especially in consistency. This doll right here is the doll that is the actual Sailor Moon. And you can tell in this picture because she's got her, first off, she's got the little gloves. Then she's got the little neckband right there. And you can kind of see her tiara popping out, which is not present on this doll. She does not have the tiara. She doesn't have the gloves. And she doesn't have the little red band for the necklace. I mean, this one, it still has the star locket, which would be Darians or Prince Endymions or whichever version that you want to call them. But I don't think that she, from what I can tell in here, she does not even have the holes for... Oh, no, I can't tell because I can't see. And this isn't popping out, so I can't see whether or not she has the holes in her head for the tiara, because that's how the tiaras pop on. But we could probably tell in this one. This one is modeled off of all those bedroom scenes where she's just in her pajamas. And then this is the pattern that is on her bed. This one is similar in that it's got the background, and then you pop it up and everything and put it together. Let's see. Yeah, so they use the same pictures on the back. Oh, and she also, this one, they also did the, at least mock-up model, where this is the physical doll from the Sailor Moon, where she's got her battle uniform, or whatever you want to call it, out. So she does have the gloves on, she's got the little red painted on choker, and you can see her little red boots. Probably not, sorry, I moved it. Little red boots, the gloves, the choker. You can kind of see the tiara if you really look at it. But other than that, she seems to be the same in that she's got like the Odangos, and there are no holes in her head for the tiara. So that leads me to believe that this one does not have that either. For this, I'm not really sure. It's also a very pixelated image. If you really look at that, that's super pixelated. I'm not really sure how they figured out what to put on our shelves, or that mirror, because I don't think that's the mirror from the 90s. That mirror is the mirror from the 90s version, but I don't know. All I know is that this is definitely that bedspread. That was her bedspread. This is at least extremely similar to her pajamas. And at least they paid enough attention not to give her boots. Because that would just be super disappointing. But it cuts out along this line up here. This would be the background. And these little pieces would hold that up. And, oh, it looks like it folds right here. So this is the background. This is her bedroom floor. Which is slightly different from this one. Oh, no. Okay, now I get it. It folds right here on this one. On the Princess Serenity one. It folds right here. So that's why it looks like right in this image that it folds out. Whereas this one, I didn't really get that much from that image. Okay, but she's got, you know, the typical little doll bed. It looks about right, though. So let's get down to looking at the decals in the face and why I'm not nearly as opposed to this group, the ugly face dolls, as a lot of people are. So first off, people tend to say that, you know, these were flat and they were like deformed looking. Well, I mean, I guess part of it might have been, it would have been cheaper to pop out dolls that were not as defined so far as their facial structure. But I don't know who designed it. Was it an American that designed that facial head sculpt, or was it a Japanese person? I don't know. I don't know what there was at the time aside from Sailor Moon that would have been a comparable doll to compare it to. I mean, Barbie doesn't count for this. But, I mean, you can definitely see where they took some shortcuts for production. But I think that overall it's not that bad. For Serenity to Serenity, her head's a bit bigger. The newer one. And like I said, there are two versions of this doll with this dress. So, and she also has, her bow in the back is a light pink, little gauzy thing. So it kind of matches the trim on the sleeves and the bottom of her dress. Hers is also a two-tier dress on this 2000. She has much more dramatic bows than this one does, from pictures that I've seen. I don't know, maybe it could have been fluffed out. I can't tell in this, so maybe if someone else has this doll and wants to either post a picture of it or something, or you might find pictures of it posted already. I do really like that she comes with the locket. That's a unique one. I think this is the only doll out of all of them that actually came with the locket, I think. Not sure. Her earrings are yellow, whereas this 2000 doll is gold. And hers are little divots. This one, it's like they just dotted paint on for hers. It's literally what it looks like. It doesn't look like it was a sculpt or anything. It just looks like they had dotted paint on. She has the moon crest on her forehead. And I don't think this one does. It would actually kind of surprise me if she did. I'm not sure. And I don't have my other version here to compare. However... And it looks like they basically use the same decals across the board for most of these dolls. I don't know if, I can't remember if they changed the eye color for certain ones. But then let's look at the other pretty face doll. Now this is the reason, these eyes are the reason why it took me so long to purchase these dolls. Because these kind of creep me out. I actually find these to be more aesthetically appealing than these. Part of it's just because it's more defined, and you see the eyelid, you see the eyelashes, the eyebrows, and everything. Whereas this one, it's super, super light on there, and it's almost like she has no pupils, because there's no black, which freaks me out a little bit. But, I mean, there's merits to both collections, both dolls. The 2000s, they didn't go as far into character range as the original versions did. These, I mean, you don't have a 2000 in multiple Serenity costumes. You don't have her in her pajamas. You don't have a number of the villains. So it's just a difference in the types, you know. But these dolls have the little, I don't know what that's called, the little divot that goes into their feet for stands. Whereas the first couple rounds of these did not. They didn't have the little divots in their feet. I mean, she doesn't even have shoes on, which is kind of nice. And she doesn't have them. But I want to say like the third round of the Core Scouts that came out that were still ugly face, they had a different uniform or a costume or whatever you want to call it, where it had a gold trimmer on the bottom. They had these in there. And, part of it was that they came with those spinning bases. The very first round of these did not come with bases. These did, I just didn't receive them in my package. I'll also put a link in the video to the opening of these so you can see all of the dolls that came together from that one. But I hope you enjoyed this and you liked taking a look at these, because it's not very often that you get to see an up close look at what these look like, especially in package, because it's hard to keep all these pieces together, especially when you didn't have a box to put them back into if you were that type. But I hope you enjoyed this. Please hit subscribe and like, and have a fantastic night. Thank you. Bye.